open intimacy through the limited vocabulary of his underdeveloped emotional situation. And I went to therapy, so I never sent any dick pics. I've also never received any pussy pics, but that's for after the next comedian. For now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go to the next comedian. Please give a whole lot of love to the one and only Socrates. Hey everybody, how you doing? My name is Socrates. I am a dick pic. Well, actually, I am actually an American, which is similar in so many ways. And I'm 56, thank you. Appreciate that, yeah. So I was really worried I had cancer again. Well, no, I've never actually had cancer. But I've worried I've had it many, many times. I don't never brought it up. I thought I should let you know what you're going to look for in your life. You know, is this cancer? Yeah. COVID, lung cancer, trust me. Anyway, so I'm glad to be out of the house. Somebody knows what I'm talking about. And you're Bulgarian, right? Which we call Northern Greece. Because I'm also Greek, because the name Socrates, I didn't just pick it. It was given to me. And so I'm born in the U.S. I'm from Florida. So, born in New Jersey, but I did 21 years in Florida. So yeah, it's habit for me. It'll affect you, you know. Like being German, as far as I can tell. But, you know. Anyway, so I'm trying to get used to society, you know, people, faces, words, you know, not being in my living room, and it's an adjustment so far, you know, and this is a fun night for me, and I'm trying to, you know, use words now because grunting doesn't seem to work as well as I thought it would, and it's strange because, you know, you have to adjust, we have to agree what these sounds are, you know. Like the fact that the Germans needed a word for enjoying the pain and suffering of others. I don't think any other country has that. Schwabenfruden or whatever, you know, Frudenfrauden, you're enjoying my pain up here. I can see you're enjoying this. In America, we had to have a word for some personality traits that was so common, you know. We came up with the word asshole. We needed the word. It was common, you know. Now the Dutch, of course, they're different. You know, they have a language. They claim to have a language. They make sounds. They say their words. They needed a word for the wonderful, warm, cozy evening, like tonight. You know, so they came up with exactly gezellig. You know, it's a great word. You know, starts with a ends with a got a zel in the middle. So it's, you know, it's geweldig is what it is. You know. Which means awesome, you know, which is another great Dutch word. This starts with a, ends with a geweldig in the middle or something like that. I don't know. It's a strange language. They claim it's a language. I don't know. I've tried to learn it. I've learned some of it. It's not helpful outside of here. And if you're Greek, it's really destructive for your Greek, because you'll go back to see your family and you'll say, like, you know, agapimo, which means I love you. But they'll say, you know, it's a copy, but you know, you're sounding like a German, is what they told me, you know, which hurts. Okay, I'm sorry, but it hurts. It's not what you want to hear. You know, it sounds like a Dutch person. Well, that'd be a flattery, wouldn't it? You know, you sound German. You know, my cousin handed me, so she wanted something, and you know, I gave it to her. She said thanks. I said kakadan, because it just popped out. It means, you know, pleased to do it. You know, and she looked at me like I needed medical help. What was that? Are you okay? I said, kakadan. It's Dutch. Again, there's no respect. There's no wow. You know, nothing. You know, they all mocked me. You know, 16 Greek people all making fun of you. You know, have you heard 16 Greek people talk? You know, it sounds like a war. But I learned that Greek is in the front of the mouth. Papadopoulos and, you know, Acropolis. It's all in the lips, you know what I mean? And I realized that sitting across from the 16 of them as they were all babbling away. And Dutch, of course, is in the back of the throat, you know, everything is, you know. And but English, on the other hand, is none of these things, you know, because you can break your jaw, wire it together. It doesn't matter, you know. You can continue to be talking. It's not quite as clear, But you don't need to actually open your mouth in any way, shape, or form. You can do it, you kind of sound a little bit more, proper English. I think in this way, there's no chance you could suck a dick. This is what I'm told is what this is from. I'm not sure. But everybody's got their own thing, I'm trying to learn Dutch, I like the word for like my sweet little honey baby. We use sweet sugar honey. Sounds like that, The Dutch went with schatje. Schatje. They can shorten it down. Of course, schatje is the small version, but they shrink that down to schat, which doesn't make any sense to me in any way, shape, or form. I like outje, which is like a little onion, but it sounds better. Outje, not outje. You prefer outje or schat? Dutch people like schat. They're going with that. They don't. I've asked them, what about outje? They're like, no, schatje. That's for me. I don't understand much anyway. Like I've been home for a long time recently, so I've been trying to figure things out, not successfully, but I'm working on it. I don't have much formal education in social things. They taught me science. It didn't help. It was useless in the end. But it's like I don't get religion. See, I was brought up in the U.S. without any formal religion education, but I had TV, so we had televangelists. The guy's still on now, Robert. He does talk and tell them that was God, and they send him money, which is kind of crazy. But real quick, my basic question is this: as I understand the essence of religion, the lore is that the Lord knows everything because the Lord made everything, because He's got a plan for everything, right? Right. So why do people pray? Right? I mean, the Lord's made me an okay comedian. His plan was for me to come up on stage tonight and do some of this stuff. And apparently my plan was to mess it up ever so suddenly. So I don't know if any of it makes any sense or not, but my point was, why would I pray to God to make this better than His plan was, right? I mean, if the plan was for me to do great, well, then I think I'd have crushed it. But apparently His plan was for me to somewhere in that middle zone. And as an atheist, I'm cool with God's plan. And so I just want to tell you, as far as I'm concerned, this was a pretty good damn night. I was outside of my living room. I saw a bunch of human beings. I heard a couple laughs. I'm happy. My name is Agradi. I'll see you guys soon.
What you would get from the great philosopher if he lived in this day and age.
Hey, new political